ये बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण महीना है। 1 नवंबर, 2 नवंबर, 3 और 4 नवंबर आप लोगों ने जनप्रिय वक्ता वेदांत के स्वामी सर्वप्रियान जी को आप लोगों ने सुने। उसके बाद कल, उसके पहले आप सभी जानते हैं कि परम पूज्य स्वामी गौतमानंद जी महाराज जो रामकृष्ण मठ मिशन के अध्यक्ष हैं, उन्होंने रामकृष्ण मिशन नई दिल्ली में पधार चुके हैं और हम सबों ने उनको हृदय से स्वागत किया। केवल स्वागत नहीं, उनको पूरी तरह से सम्मान किया, भव्य रूप से सम्मान किया। उसमें 4 दिन बीत गए, कैसे बीत गए हमें पता नहीं। फिर कल शायद कोई आए होंगे। स्वामी तत्वमयानंद जो वेदांत सेंटर नॉर्दर्न कैलिफोर्निया सैन फ्रांसिस्को के अध्यक्ष हैं, उन्होंने कल आया और बहुत ही सुंदर ढंग से उन्होंने अपना वक्तव्य रखा सनातन धर्म के ऊपर, खास करके इन द लाइट ऑफ श्री रामकृष्ण लाइफ एंड टीचिंग्स। आज हमारे बीच उपस्थित हुए हैं स्वामी ईशात्मानंद जी महाराज, जो आप सबसे परिचित हैं। आई थिंक ही नीड्स नो इंट्रोडक्शन। तभी प्रथा के अनुसार हम उसको स्वागत करेंगे। उनका परिचय आप सबको हम आपको देंगे। केवल यही नहीं, इसके बाद 31 तारीख 29 दिसंबर को वेदांत सेंटर वाशिंगटन डीसी के प्रमुख स्वामी आत्मानंद जी वो भी पधारेंगे और भक्तों को संबोधित करेंगे। उसके बाद शायद 26 जनवरी में 21 जनवरी और 21 दिसंबर ये हमारे सामने बैठे हैं स्वामी आत्मानंद रिया, जो ब्राजील में एक सेंटर है, उसके वो प्रमुख हैं। कल उन्होंने उनको देखा, उन्होंने सुंदर भजन किया। वो भी आएंगे और भी दूसरे श्लोक महाराज लोग आएंगे। तो दिस होल मंथ ऑफ दिस नवंबर इज फुल ऑफ फेस्टिवल्स। विदेश से महाराज आए, इतने सारे महाराज एक साथ एक महीने में कभी नहीं आए दिल्ली में मेरे ख्याल से। एकदम की बोलो ना। और भी एक बोनस है हमारे लिए। आज रामकृष्ण मठ मिशन के परमाध्यक्ष, उपाध्यक्ष, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट स्वामी दिव्यानंद जी महाराज आज सुबह रामकृष्ण मिशन पधार चुके हैं। कल सुबह वो चले जाएंगे, अल्मोड़ा के लिए प्रस्थान करेंगे। तो भी महाराज के लेक्चर के बाद भक्तों को आशीर्वाणी देंगे और प्रणाम भी ग्रहण करेंगे महाराज के लेक्चर के बाद। आपका समय ज्यादा न लेते हुए आई नाउ रिक्वेस्ट आवर मंगेश महाराज स्वामी ज्योति स्वरूपानंद जी गिव फॉर्मल वेलकम एड्रेस। ज्योति स्वरूप।
Revered Swami Ishatmananda Ji Maharaj is a well-known monk of the Ramakrishna order. He serves as the president of the Vivekananda Vedanta Society of Chicago and the Vivekananda Monastery and Retreat in Ganges, Michigan, USA. He has served the order in various capacities. He has worked at Advaita Ashrama, which is a publication center of Ramakrishna Mission. So also he has served at the educational institution in Purulia, in West Bengal. He was the founder secretary of the Ramakrishna Mission Center in Port Blair, Andaman, where he established a home for the destitute and orphans. So also he was the principal cum secretary of the Ramakrishna Mission School in Narottam Nagar, Arunachal Pradesh. He has lectured widely on Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita, and teaching of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Ishatmananda. He is also a published author and has written many articles for Ramakrishna Mission journals. His notable work includes books and audiobooks like Tales from Vivekananda, which is published from Advaita Ashram, and audiobook Preparation for God Realization. I request revered Swami Ishatmananda ji to speak on the subject Impact of Vedanta in the West. Impact of Vedanta in the West.
Will you please join with me and repeat after me the pranam mantra Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Sthapakaya cha dharmasya Sarvadharma Swarupine Avatar Varishtaya Ramakrishnaya Te Namaha Yathagne Dahika Shakti Ramakrishne Sthita hiya Sarva Vidya Sarupam Tam Saradam Pranamamyam Namastri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukha Sarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. Most respected, revered Sarvalokananda Ji Maharaj. This is, I always accept it as a blessings. The Maharaj always give me so much of love for me. And the Swami Ji who has come, most revered Vice President Maharaj, Swami Dibyananda Ji Maharaj. So when I first joined in Belur we were in the PPTC, Pre-Professional Training Center. It was a young group who used to be there, and then with the dhoti and all that, we were so excited. When the Kacha Mukta, that was it, the Bengalis, they wear the dhoti. So when you become little senior, so after 1 year, then you can have the dhoti like the South Indians. So that was our goal, when we can become that, Kacha Mukta. So that was, at that that time, Swami Vivekananda Ji Maharaj, they were in the training center, 3 years I think, senior. So he came to visit, and with his, that resounding voice, and then everybody, he came and told, hey, what is your name? I still remember him. So today I met him, he gave me this charter. And I think 2 years before, I was here in Delhi, a few years before. Swamiji was in Narendrapur in church. So I came to Delhi and I was going to Calcutta. Then he called me and said, from Delhi directly get down and then directly come to Narendrapur and inaugurate some exhibition the boys have done. And I will send you the car. I had nothing to say. I was supposed to go to Vedanta. Instead, I went to the Narendrapur. I always get these wonderful blessings. And when he was speaking the Hindi, I was remembering the one thing, but I won't share that with you. It's very, very personal. But very interesting. We used to love so much all this. So many memories crowded in the mind. This stage, I have seen, we used to sit over there, and Swami Ranganathananda Ji, Swami Buddhananda Ji, then Swami Gokulananda Ji, they used to sit over here, and we used to sit over there and listen. And I used to come as a brahmachari and with the books from the Advaita Ashram to attend this Prakriti Maidan at the book sale, the book fair, and so many things that happened one after another. And that means the sun is setting, The more the memories, the more that means you're old. So, and this is the way we are growing and going towards the ultimate goal, as he was singing the wonderful way, Darshanate. The word darshana, actually we want the God's grace that we want. We like to see him. This is a great arch for the devotees. Lord, please come before me in this particular form. Some they are crying, please come before me as Sri Ramachandra with the bow and arrow, and by your side there must be Ma Sita. Of course, we need not to think about the brother, the Lakshmana, he is always with you. And your always companion, the Hanumanji, please come before me. And the another, by his side, is crying, please come as a Krishna. I like to see you playing the flute, and I like to worship you. And the same Hindu, they say, let me know myself, who am I? The same Hindu say, no, I am not praying, because I am that pure Atman. Somehow, I've forgotten that. I want that. And when they reach to that height, they pray, as in the Upanishad they say, Pushan, O sun, please remove the golden plate. I like to face the truth. I like to see the truth. And I am prepared for that. I am qualified for that. That is the ultimate of Hinduism, the Vedanta. I'm not begging. That is my demand. That is my goal. Purity is already there in me. Somehow I forgot that. Now I have remembered it. That's all. So why I have to pray? So the same Hindu who is praying, at the same time he is declaring, I am that. Swami Vivekananda, he passed through all this total, whole Hinduism. And this Hinduism is a research. They will tell you these are the things. And then you have to practice it, realize it. Then you can say, yes, I am that. And no one will say, oh no, this is a blasphemy. You cannot realize God. Only one person can realize God. You have to go through Him. You have to pray to Him. You are the born sinner. Nobody will say. The moment you say, I have realized that Brahman, immediately thousands will come and worship you. And you know that they are not worshipping you. They are worshipping only the Atman that is within you. I was telling the story because recently I was going to attend some program in Hindu temple. In America, mostly they say Hindu temple. And that is so close to our ashrama. Every month I go over there to give a talk. I always give the lecture. This is the fragrance of Vedanta, different Vedanta. So when I was going in a car, that was a Tesla, very advanced car, and I was proud that I'm sitting in the Tesla car. Then suddenly, by my side, another car came. But that was much bigger and long and decorated with flowers. I thought, oh, that is more costly. Then I turned and saw, oh my God, he's carrying a dead body. That's a different scheme. I'm also a body, but with something special. That is also a body minus that. The moment that minus, immediately you are afraid to look at it, to touch it. Maybe he's nicely lying down, but in a glass casket, he was lying down, but dead body. Then this body has no value. I am sitting over here, it has no value as long as the consciousness which is inside this is there. But we are not aware of it. We are aware about only the body. If it is a white skin body, oh, very good. With the white skin body and all that. Yellowish, acha, okay, that is also good. A little burned, blackish, acha, chalega. But then little black pouch, oh, okay. Nicely, thank you. What is this? Only the color, but inside everything is the same. So that is the thing we are always thinking. So we have to understand this truth. This body has no value. Annamaya kosha, only the food that is sustaining this. But then come Manomaya, Pranamaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. That is also nothing. After reaching the Anandamaya, when you are in great joy, all people are coming and touching your feet, taking your blessings, and whatever you say that they are following, you are in great joy. That is also nothing. That is Hinduism. Even over there, nothing. The heaven, the Swarga, nothing for us. What do you want? Mukti, liberation. Why? Because we have realized that as long as I am thinking, I am all the time asking for something, praying for something, having the desire, and little desire you have to come back again. One day Bhagavan Sri RAMAKRISHNA, that he was mentioning about it, and he said, a little thread that is coming out, a little tiny, you don't pass through the needle, eye of the needle. A little desire, thoda sa pav bhaji khayenge. I am coming from Bombay today morning, so pav bhaji. But after the pav bhaji came, I tasted it, no, that is okay. Now pav bhaji, desire gone. So this is the way, a little desire, again you have to come back. And who will eradicate your desire? Father, mother, teacher, scripture, guru, no one can. You have to stop your desire. So Atman, that is the Vedanta, depend on yourself. That is exactly the place in America. They never take any help from anyone. You know, here we are, Nawabi, the word is there, na? Nawabi kar rahe hain. पिताजी कभी कभी कहते हैं मेरा पैसा में आप नवाबी कर रहे हो बेटा को कहते हैं what is नवाबी nicely eating drinking but it is not his own money or like help is necessary like that. But America is a completely different country. They depend on themselves. Even the children will also do that. I have seen the small kids, hardly they can walk. And the mother is having a rope tying in his waist. The mother is holding that. The child cannot go here and there. That little fellow, tiny little, and that is another small bag he's carrying, is his own little water and this, that, pencil, paper. But he is depending on himself. We are depending on others, but he is depending on himself. They'll never take help from anyone. And second, another thing, they're always very proud about their own work. Maybe it is that he is a doctor or engineer or professor or professional, I never care. I earn my money and I am proud of that. Second quality. And I have seen that. Third, they never hesitate to tell the truth, never hide. No hypocrisy at all. Because they are born free. America is the only country where there was no king. King was far away in London. The London king used to think that is my country. He used to think. But the American never cared. Of course, they used to pay little taxes. But when he increased the taxes, they had a wonderful tea party. They call it Boston Tea Party. What is the tea party? The tea came from the London, Great Britain, and they threw it on the water, on the sea. No, we are not going to purchase it. They gave the name Boston Tea Party. It started in Boston. And that became the main thing. Avoid and no touch with, no connection with Britain. And they fought. The 13 villages were there and 13 the communities. They together they fought and they got the freedom. And that is the only place in America you will always place this is for ordinary people, all people. But Asia, Europe, Africa, as because the kings are there right from the beginning, always depend on the king. And everything for the king. And afterwards, कुछ बचे तो चलो मंत्रियों के लिए. After that, थोड़ा बहुत होगा तो चलो उसको दे दो गरीबों को. So for the people, only those much. No. Suppose if the chief minister is visiting our locality, immediately all these things will be clean. But we are walking every day. Nobody cares about us. We pay the taxes, but nobody cares about us. In America, exactly opposite. We pay the taxes and we demand everything. You must have to give. I have paid the tax, and why you should serve me? This is the difference. You know why I'm telling this? Then you will understand why Vivekananda spread that Vedanta were there. The mentally, physically, they were ready. The Vedanta developed over here in India, but because of the social, political, economical condition, that very moment when Vivekananda was giving the Vedanta, we were not ready. The Ramakrishna mission he founded over here, but Vedanta Society in America. And 1894, in the New York, he started the Vedanta Society. And he said that you are pure. Don't think that you are sinner. The Christianity somehow, the conception came, it depends on the people who are explaining the text. And when you explain the text in a different way, that is up to you. So obviously, those who are supposed to be the founder of the religion or the propounder of the religion, if they to say the words that is in the text in a different way, it is one way. That goes wrong. And that is the reason somehow it came into their mind, oh, we are all sinners. Because in the beginning, someone he was not listening to the God, and God banished them, Adam and Eve, and that is the original sin we are carrying. Swamiji said, to call a man sinner is a sin. It is a sin to call a man sinner. We make mistakes. Why? Because we are the same thing as God. That is Vedanta. What is the human being? That individual self is covered by ego. And what is Ishvara, the God, is covered by Maya. Maya upohita chaitanya. And the Jiva, ahamkar upohita chaitanya. We are both a chaitanya. Consciousness. That my cover is only ahamkara and God's cover is Maya. The huge. That much. Remove the Maya, remove the ahamkara, ego, what remains? Consciousness. We both are conscious. I'm a little, but you're bigger. But the same. And that is the reason Vedanta says, you are that. But why I can't understand? Because I have already thought that I am like this, I am like that. So you have to first remove. The Swami Vivekananda, when he went over there in America, before he started telling, he had two different types of tasks. You know that Hinduism was not invited in the parliament of religion. Why? Because Hindus are not only divided in different schools, but they won't go, they won't cross the ocean. That was taboo. If a Hindu crossed the ocean, तो उसको जाट चले जाएंगे. So obviously, some of the Hindus who crossed over there, like Ram Mohan Rai and others, Raja Ram Mohan Rai, they used to carry their own cook and Ganga water with them because the ship they could afford that. And by that way they used to go, and then those cooks, they will come and say, no. I cooked in the Ganga water and he ate, jat theek hai. That was the condition. Swami Vivekananda said, I am a sannyasi, I don't have all these things. And Vivekananda was the only Hindu sannyasi who could speak English. Nowadays, anyone, they will be all the time talking in English, but that was a taboo for the Hindu sannyasis. Only your mother tongue and Sanskrit. The English? No. It was a taboo. But Swamiji was very fluent in English. And it came to the newspaper, Hindu, it's still there. In the Madras, it published from there, that there's a parliament of religion. Some of the devotees, they took it in their head. They found Swami Vivekananda very fluent in English. They said, you must go. You know the scripture. You have your realization. And you know the language. You must represent Hinduism. He went over there to present the Hinduism. But Hinduism was not invited. What to do? And when he was going, what was the condition of India and Indians? Only one incident you can understand. When he was traveling in a train from the Canada to Vancouver, he was traveling, he met one Miss Sanborn. And Miss Sanborn was sitting in the just opposite to him in the same compartment. And she was curious and asked, who are you? And after talking with him, she expressed, oh my God, Indians have a country? Indian means they are local Indians, they used to call them, the Native Americans nowadays they say, but we call them in history the Red Indians. So that Red Indians, so Indians have a country and they speak so wonderful English. So that was a news for her. So she invited, can you please come? In the Anisquam, the village, a little away from the Boston, I visited that village. Still it is there. So Swamiji went over there to save some money, lived with her. She informed her brother. There was a professor that is a very learned person staying over there in Anisquam. That brother told his friend, that Professor John Wright, Professor John Wright wanted to know about India. Professor John Wright went over there in the Anisquam, and they started meeting, and slowly everything prepared. And he wrote a beautiful letter addressing the committee they were organizing, that you must take this person as a representative of the Hindus. And he wrote over there, afterwards the letter was found, he's more knowledgeable than all the professors put together. It would be like asking the sun the credential, who asked you to give the light? It's natural. So by that way, but Swamiji missed that later. He came to the Chicago, you know all this history. Then ultimately one couple, Mr. and Mrs. L, and all those things still there in Chicago. And Swamiji went over there, and whoever goes, we take them there. And Swami Ishatmananda came, and he was sitting on the steps where the Swami Vivekananda sat, and he thought, this is my last moment, I'm going to die. I think Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna never wanted that with a letter from a professor, his son, Swami Vivekananda, will go to the parliament. So he did like that, and miracles started happening. In America, if you go, naturally, nowadays talking about America like talking about the mother about her sister, Mar kache mashir golpo. So almost all of you have visited America, and someone is there. So this has become so close. But at the time of Vivekananda, they never knew about India. India knew Europe, but not America. Indians used to visit Europe. Sometimes the France, sometimes the Great Britain, all these people, they were here, the Europeans, but not Americans. Americans never came. And Americans and the Britain was not in the good term. So obviously, Americans were not here. The only one American, Colonel Olcott, was here, and he also refused to help. But anyway, this Vivekananda, when he went over there, got the help, and somehow he got the opportunity to speak. Hence, see, he spoke. That also in English, Sisters and Brothers of America. And it is written, 7,000 people stood up and clapped for 2 minutes. He was given only 5 minutes. 2 minutes gone in that way. And naturally, it is a subject to research. What was there in those words? Sisters and Brothers of America? Nothing, it's an English word. You know that when they were celebrating 100 years of the Parliament of Religion in Calcutta, when one gentleman from somewhere from Delhi, he went, of course in a white dress, but just turban like the Swamiji and the slashes and all that. And I've forgotten what he was actually the professor. He went and stood before the microphone and putting both the hands on his chest, and like Vivekananda, he shouted, "Sisters and Brothers of Calcutta." Everybody waiting, next what? Then he raised his voice, "Sisters and Brothers of Calcutta." 3 times he shouted, and he's expecting everybody to stand up and the clap, and he's looking here and there. Then Lokeshwarananda Maharaj was presiding. He went and patted on his back and said, "Brother, continue." Nobody is going to clap for this. So if you say the Sisters and Brothers of Calcutta, Delhi, nobody is going to do that. What was there in these words? Vedanta. And what is Vedanta? Oneness. Vivekananda was the real living Vedanta. When he said sister, he meant sister. When he said brother, he meant brother. That did touch the heart. It's not the word, but the real feeling. And that came with the word, and that is yoga. Yoga is a union. So Vivekananda first brought the Vedanta and also the yoga together. But what he had to do, a double thing that he had to do. Because before Vivekananda, about India, information was there. But all distorted information about India. So Indians, they throw their children to the crocodile so that the river god and goddess will be satisfied. That was the information about India. And so many times he had to face this question, Swamiji, is it true that your mothers they throw their children? How to answer? And Swamiji immediately, the sarcastically used to say, my mother must have thrown me before the crocodile, but I was so hefty, crocodile could not eat me. So I have come to America to talk about that. So that way he used to say, but he used to cry within. Then naturally, the two things that he was doing, removing all this wrong information about the Vedanta, about the Hinduism. He used to talk about Hinduism, about the women of India, about the culture of India, and everything India, India, and India. I gave a talk yesterday over there in Mumbai, love India. That is his words, Swami Vivekananda's words. When the Josephine MacLeod said to Swamiji, how to serve you so that you will be very happy? Then Swamiji said, you like to make me happy? Love India. And that eternal India, not the geographical India, that India that developed this culture, this philosophy, and this excellent idea of Vedanta. You are that. The moment we understand that, all power comes. But in the beginning, you have to have a clear idea. Here, still, we have to work on that because our society somehow interpreted the caste thing. Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And the Bhagavad Gita, though it has been clearly said that Chatur Varnam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. I have created the four varnas. I means the God Supreme. Guna Karma Vibhagasha. It is the guna, the qualities. That then only, that is excellent. You have four sons. One is very intelligent, the Brahmin, another courageous, Kshatriya, and another knows how to earn money, Vaishya, and fourth one, he serves, Shudra. What is there? Everyone is great. The Swamiji had to say, each is great in his own place. Again and again he has to repeat that. I always quote that incident that I saw and that experience. One lady came, American lady. She was curious to know about Vedanta. She came and with her husband. Her husband is a truck driver. As a very well-built person with all the tattoos in the hands, he came with the lady and without hesitation she told, I'm a doctor by profession, medical practitioner, and this is my husband, a truck driver. No hesitation. What is there? But if it was in our country, no, he is the owner of the truck. Name the truck driver. We cannot think of it. Oh no, at least some certificate. Maybe the university is not there, but some certificate is there. I have a DLED certificate, doctorate certificate, but where is the university? That is not my problem. I have the certificate. Somehow, we have to prove that we have a certificate. It's not necessary, friends. It's not necessary. We have to rethink. I can do this, I'm best in that, and I'm happy. When we were having some construction, the basement, I found a person has come, he was working on the electrical lines, and there were people are less, so all machines. That fellow came and he stood up on something, the long two legs, and then stood over there, and he is alone, moving here and there, fixing all the lights, and constantly listening some music, and sometimes doing like this, that is enjoying, and then fixing. I was observing that. Then he took out that and said, are you examining my work? I am best at it, he said. Look at it. I am best at it. It's not ego, confidence. The Vivekananda's Vedanta teaches us confidence. We make a mistake. Shankaracharya's time, Vedanta was completely different. Same truth. But when you are presenting it for the society, and at the time of Shankaracharya, the society was suppressed by the Buddhist ideology. So Shankaracharya, completely, his idea was to rebuilt Hinduism on that line. When Vivekananda came, his Vedanta, practical Vedanta, applied Vedanta was different. We have lost our faith, confidence. Constantly we think, oh, shall I be able to do it? And Vivekananda went to America. He saw the American life and he wrote so beautifully. Many of you know. He wrote that when I see the people from Eastern Europe, they are coming. Their heads are hanging on their chest. No confidence. But the American atmosphere will whisper and say, Pat, you can do it. Tom, you can do it. And within 6 months, these people are shaking hands with the President of America, keeping eye to eye. That is the self-confidence. It's not ego, self-confidence. This self-confidence is essential. It's not the ego. And when I was traveling, I saw the Bombay airport. Oh my God, I'm so proud of it. Beautiful airport. Neat and clean, everything. I will go. So the Delhi is the best. So this is the way things are developing. I saw in the airplane also, the people, and they're moving. Best people, of course, in the airport when you see them, but they are confident people. All things are coming back slowly. No ego, but self-confidence is coming back. And that is the way our Vedanta, Vivekananda applied there. In America, slow but steady it is going on. The Hudson Smith, the Christopher I. Sharud, and so many, they have accepted. Ordinary people, they are very, very curious about Vedanta. Now at this moment, a little confusion, because there is not a single organization who claim that the Hindu, they are present over there. If they have one center in India, at least 3 centers in America, they will be there. And they are having the yoga classes and all that. And when I was going to America, I think 2013, when I met a lady, young lady, very fast, moving this side, that side, and talking there constantly over the phone. Then she touched me, are you going to America? And I said, yes, ma'am, what to do? I've been asked to go. So then I'm also going there. I said, Acha, so are you going to study? No, I'm a teacher. I'm a yoga guru. I teach yoga, meditation. So much jumping and meditation. Then I found, yes, that is possible. Because a group of people, they came to practice silent meditation for 3 days, but they hired our facility in Ganges for 3 days with 8 microphones. Silent meditation, silent yoga, with 8 only microphones. And that is also possible. So all these things are there. So a little bit of confusion about Hinduism. Who is what? And beautiful dresses, long hair, and then all the tilak. And we try our best, but still, Belur will say, why you are dressing like that? So we cannot dress up that way, but we try to what to do. They are so beautifully presenting, but not true Hinduism. That is why confusion is there. But Vedanta, still, after 100 years, very true. That will be sufficient. Very slow but steady. That movement is going on. What is our work actually? After Vivekananda, the direct disciples of Bhagavan Ramakrishna, they were there. And they, Avedanandaji Maharaj, Trigunatitanandaji Maharaj, they worked over there. Turiyanandaji, personality like that. Then afterwards, their disciples. And you cannot imagine those great spiritual personalities. And afterwards, all these constantly going on practicing in their own life. Whatever they preach, they try to practice in their own life. Effect is slow. Why? It is pure. You must be remembering that wonderful, the couplet. Doodh gali gali feere, sura baite pikai. The milk is a good thing, but you have to take to every door to sell it. But if you have the wine, you need not to go anywhere. People will come over there. So Sura Baite Bikar. So all naturally we have to try. Now that Vedanta, what is the effect? In 1970, only 12,000 Indians went over there. 69, 70. And that is the time. Why? Because America was creating different things. They needed the engineers. We were having the engineering colleges, but not much of work. So they all went over there. They established themselves. The news started coming to India. It's a beautiful country. Then the educated people started going over there. Then finally, in 1980, when the electronics came, and obviously the whole thing changed. In Indian society changed because of that electronic. Young boys, 20, 22 years, 25 years, they started earning 50,000, 60,000 rupees. In the American level, that is less. But here in the 50,000 means, his father, the salary was 5,000 only. The son is earning 50,000. So naturally he wanted the house, a car. Whole development came from 1980 onwards. Because of the outsourcing, America started outsourcing. The China don't know English. Pakistan, little bit confused. And other places, they were not ready. India was ready. So obviously, the whole thing came to India. If you notice, from 1980 onwards, our economical and social revolution came. Obviously, all things started changing. And from here, all the intellectual boys and girls, they started visiting the universities of America. Any university you go, you will find at least 2, 3 professors and minimum 10, 15 Indian students over there. Highly intellectual people. And really, as Indians, you should be proud, you should be proud. Not a single person illiterate over there in America. And no one has gone over there to take, oh, we are not getting food, please give us shelter. All they died. We were there, highly qualified people. PhDs, whomever you meet, are all PhDs. All these Indians are present over there. And not only that, when Vivekananda was there was, forget about the temple. No one knew about Hinduism. No one knew about the India. And at present, more than 200 huge temples all over America. Huge temples all over America. The present Hinduism because of Vivekananda. But you know the sad story of it? One day, one lady, she also, by profession a doctor, she was telling about, I was talking about Vivekananda, and she told, the Swamiji, Vivekananda was outcasted. Why? He crossed ocean. So is it? But ma'am, you and me, we are standing in Chicago. We have also crossed the ocean, isn't it? We are also outcasted. No, we flew. I told, oh, it's wonderful. You are so intelligent. I never thought like this. Now, Vivekananda he crossed the ocean by ship, so he lost his caste. And now this is also a very peculiar mental setup. You don't understand. Because of Vivekananda, our Indian ladies, now they can speak in English and they can work. They are driving the car. Because of this Vivekananda. When Vivekananda wanted to take only one lady from India who will be going over there and speak in English before the Americans to prove our ladies are also educated, because they used to say that all these ladies are ignorant. To prove at least one lady, he couldn't get. Only Sharala Bala Devi, the niece of Rabindranath Tagore, she was there, Rabindranath didn't allow, and she couldn't go. That was the picture. And now, all of them are present. Everywhere, the Indian ladies, fluent in English and everything. Swamiji must be so happy. So this impression of Vedanta is there. Sometimes people, they understand, sometimes they do not. But Vivekananda's influence in India is slowly making the road. As he declared, Ebar Kendra Bharat Barsha, the center is India, and we will conquer the world, but not with the power of sword and fire, but with the power of spirituality. That is true. Anywhere, anyone talking about spirituality, they are all eager to learn. But sometimes we make the mistake. We have to be very, very careful. When it is spirituality, it is pure Vedantic spirituality. But we mix up sometime, and they do not understand this. Very simple, straightforward approach, and very gentle, courteous approach. They do not understand. One simple thing that if you notice, whenever the plane is landing, wherever you are supposed to wait, because you're in front of you, those who are, they should go down fast, then you should move. Here, we're coming from Bombay to Delhi, the moment it was not completely stopped, and one gentleman jumped forward with his bag, and then he took some hat of another gentleman, and then he was in the fast line. Not that he was hurried, but that is a habit. I should go fast. Then he was calling from there his wife, come, come. The wife was a little hesitant whether should I go or not, because everybody is frowning. But without any hesitation, he is thinking, I'm smart. We have to learn these things. Only money won't do. As a culture, the discipline. Why? Because we are not habituated. We are thinking everything will go away. So I have to grab. Long back in Andaman, I found the one assistant was an engineer. He took me to his house, and I found so many TVs and freezers, and I think he's making the business. I said, oh, you supply the TV and no, Swamiji, actually, after the war, people out of love they give. I said, out of love? The government road contraction and all that thing, why people will give you unnecessarily? And now see the greed. He had minimum 5 or 6 refrigerators and 2-3 rooms. In every room, 3-4 are there. He himself cannot move, cannot use even one, but he's going on receiving the loving gift. And the same way, this is the mentality. He's educated, but no honor. Friends, let me complete with that Thakur's, the last word that Thakur taught Mass Aradhamani. Sri Ramakrishna said, you should not stretch your hand before others. You should not put like this to receive. Rather, if it is possible, opposite. The grihi should not, the householders should not stretch their hand to receive anything, because the dignity I should earn. The young boys, they must understand, if they are going to start their own family, should not take money from the in-laws. There's an insult to you. You're a man. I earn and I will develop my family in whatever way. If it is little, more, but this is my way I should live. That is manly. And begging from the in-laws and then driving the car, oh my God, that is not. So you are losing your respect. That should be there. And the girls should also think that if a gentleman is asking money from my father, because he is a beggar, my father can give some money. Chalo beta khalo. But I cannot give my daughter to you. My daughter will go to a king, not to a beggar. That should be the idea. That is called pride. That is called pride. And when that comes, you are ready for Vedanta. Vedanta says, I stand on my own way, and I don't blame anyone. In American nature, it is there. Friends, I am very happy to tell you, I am accompanied by 3 Americans. One is an Indian over there that got the American passport, and another 2 born Americans over there. They have come to see with great interest India. Will you please stand up? This is, the first one is Greece with the beer, and the other one as a brine. The brine and the Greece. So they have come, and whatever they are seeing, they're so happy. And of course, again and again I am telling that this is beautiful, but at the same time, please put your mask. So I am also trying, but I am forgetting. That this is love for India. So many people, when they talk about India, they love it. We have to make India great. How? By developing ourselves. Atmana moksha jagat hita. America is ready to receive it. But the pure thing we have to give, not adulterated. Pure Vedanta we have to give. And that pure Vedanta, as Swami Vivekananda said, unselfishness, that is purity. As Thakur said to Mother, we have to understand this. We are not going to beg anything from anyone. If possible, we'll make the hand like this. And that is the way we are going to make ourselves happy, satisfied, and make others also happy. Happiness is our goal. Shukham, that is the ultimate goal. And that is from where we have come. We have to be happy, friends, wherever we are. Don't feel, what will I... Today, when I was in the airport, I think, we are about to enter into the car, one gentleman came and told, Swamiji, do you think I will get something from God? Because the Shado Ripu and all, it is the jigyasa, the question has come. Almost in everyone, the moment they see the Gerua, that things are coming up. And that is the one thing, the moment it comes, sufficient. And you have to tell God, I didn't want those things. Why you have given to me? I don't want all that. Vedanta means I am going to achieve it. How? Like the children. You have to lie down on the floor and cry for God that you have to give me. Because I am your son, I am your daughter, I am also that same purity. The Vedanta in America, excellent way it's spreading, and in many, many different colors and culture, but the purity that we have to check, 15 or 16 centers are there, we all the Swamis, we work, and our work is only preaching and nothing else. And only listening to the other people when they talk and nothing else. And that is the way we are trying to serve. Life is really very hard in America, very hard. The Swamis, they know. I'm all alone over there. No Swami, no Brahmachari, nothing. All alone. And you know Swami Tyagananda, when he comes over here, he has a 3-story building, all alone living from there. Nothing. The Swami who comes, our Sarva Priyananda, has a 4-story building, all alone. Nothing is there. Naturally, when the people, they go and ask, the Swamiji, we want prasad. We will take prasad. Who will cook? Somehow we have to cooking. And I am lucky, the mother is always gracious on me. So I got a family constantly helping me. Mr. Arup, can you stand up please? Arup and his wife. And they, both of them, and Arup comes in the evening after his office and then he helps me and give me the food and attending the other things. And his wife come in the morning, preparing the breakfast. And we have a routine. The 7 families, the Monday to Sunday, they will bring food for me and they keep in the place. And his wife comes, make it warm and give it. And sometimes same food for 3 days. So this is the way that in America we are enjoying. Of course, freedom is there. That is there. But the very hard struggle. And if you go away, there's so many things are there. If you think I will go and enjoy, you can enjoy. But you will lose your main thing, and that is sannyasa. That's the ideology we have to stick to. We are sannyasis. We have to remember We put on the European dresses. We go just like that. But at the same time, we know we are monks. We have to behave like a monk. So that is the way, constant struggle. And that is Vedanta in America. And whenever you are coming to America, I know many of your children are there and relatives are there. When you come to America, please try to visit Chicago, where Vivekananda said, "This is my mort." Wherever I go in America, Chicago is my mort. Visit Vivekananda's mort in Chicago. We have 3 centers, one in Chicago itself. We purchased a church, and that is now serving all religious meet. Second, inside the village, a beautiful American village, and there all the Hindu things, Durga Puja, Kali Puja, everything we celebrate. And another, that is in Michigan, another state, and 110 acres of land, all wooded, beautiful place. We have their retreats. A retreat means not like the Bhakta Sammela. One after another, Swamis are coming and giving the talk, and in between there'll be music and food and chit-chatting. No. There's a one Swami, one subject for 3 days continuously. So that is the retreat we do. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.